right here in the UK, in my shop.
Welcome to NAWFABZ. Morning boys and girls, welcome to today's job. So this is a question I get asked all the time. What will a backbox delete sound like on my car? Not just Golfs, all cars. So I am going to try and cover them on all YouTube videos whenever I get them in. This one I've not done before, Golf GTI. Loads of people ask me, what will a backbox delete sound like? And I've never really got a definite answer for you. I've done them before, but obviously I can't tell you what it sounds like in my head. So on this YouTube video, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be fabricating a backbox delete for this car. We're going to show you the process. There'll be a before and after, and I'll even go and drive it on road after, and we'll see what the drone's like, see if it's livable, see if it's not droney at all. We'll find out. So here's a quick before, and then let's get on with it. So in my opinion, there is very little noise there, to be fair. Not exhaust noise, there's a lot of induction noise, but there's actually not that much exhaust noise. So let's get it up on ramp, let's get this back box cut off, let's see what it sounds like after. So firstly then, let's have a little look, make sure exhaust is standard. Back box is definitely standard. Mid box is still in place, which is good. So one thing I am going to say before we even start this job, if you've previously done a res delete and you're thinking about doing a backbox delete, stop them thoughts in your head right this second. Do not do a backbox delete and a centre res delete on a petrol. It will sound horrific. So one or the other. Do a res delete if you want a subtle change. Do a backbox delete if you want a more aggressive change. So you are going to see the difference here. This is going to be fairly aggressive compared to a res delete, I'm expecting anyway. So it's still got standard cat in it as well. Also just bear that in mind, if you are running a downpipe, this will make a big difference. So this video is based on a completely standard car. You've just bought a Golf GTI and you want some noise, this is going to be the video for you. Standard exhaust, backbox delete. What we're going to do then, we're going to cut it. We're going to cut it here because it's got this like indentation at the top, so you can't clamp to that. So we are going to cut it here somewhere. Then the plan will be we'll come off of that front middle into a dual split, so one that way, and the tips the customer has selected are over here. He wants them ones. So that's the tips he's having, which are a 4-inch slash cut, and will look pretty smart on this car. We've fitted them before on GTIs and stuff. They will look nice. So that's the tips it's having. Let's get cutting then, let's get on with it. Get other tip as well.
Is that standard diffuser?
Yeah, diffuser standard, yeah. Get the other tip, a little bit dusty. We'll want to wipe. It's very dusty in this garage. Right, set you guys up on tripod and let's do some cutting.
Been told off again, so make sure I wear these.
Huh?
Said I've been told off again by Dad.
What, for glasses situation?
Yeah.
I'll leave that in video then, shall I?
Yeah.
So we can see, look, just in case you're watching Dad, look, he's got his safety squints on. Safety first.
Just after that little light.
No, I've got to cut it here, look, there's a flat spot there, you can't, it's got to be here. It's got to clamp to it here somewhere, so just there. Yeah, just there somewhere. Right, 13s. Ba 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 ba. I bet that's loud RIP headphone users. Let's lose that extension.
No power.
Gun needs a remap. Oh, I can't get it in. Oh, no way.
Battery dead.
Battery's dead. No way. Oh, none of them are on charge neither, for God's sake.
Get it off at power ratchet.
La 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 la.
Camera. Look. Camera's not flipped round, yeah. Look, you know.
It's got 1 bar of battery. Maybe it'll do it.
Flip it round and then, come on. Flip it round.
They're rusty. That's out of his way then now, and we can start doing what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be coming off of there. I haven't measured this angle yet. Then it'll be a split 2 to 1 round there into tip. They're actually quite easy to do these, not difficult at all. We'll have this done fairly quickly. First bit then, let's go over here. And I bet all my regular watchers are sick of watching me make these because that's all we do all the time. We make them all the time. But I'm going to show you again anyway. Put a dot there where it touches that. Flip it over. Put a dot there. That's perfectly down the middle. Easy. Set that in as bandsaw, cut on that line, straight down middle. Do the exact same with that one, and we'll have a perfect 2.5 inch inlet to twin 2.5 inch outlet. Sounds easy. Watch and see. Don't get much more perfect than that, folks. Absolutely perfect. Right, so next plan. Get that welded, and in fact, before we weld that, I'm going to show you how I've just measured the angle what we need on the other side. So just a traditional angle finder. And we sit that against the flat part. And look up there. So we're pointing straight, and I'm only eyeballing it. And my mathematics are telling me that's a 65-degree angle. So we'll also cut a 65-degree bend for that as well. We might have to tweak it a little bit, but we can always tweak it on linear, that's easy enough. We want these to be clamp-onable, if that's even a word. We basically want them to be adjustable. The reason we make them adjustable is when you do a dual exit like this, sometimes when exhaust gets warm, you'll end up with one side sticking out further than the other, and there's nothing what grates my gears more than that. So what we'll do is we don't want to run these on a swage machine. Just from my experience, whenever I've tried to swage them before, it always ends up in a big split down it. So what we'll do is we'll cut a 3-inch piece, we'll go 1 inch over this, and then there'll be another 2-inch bit here which will expand to go over 2.5 inch with some clamps, and then we'll clamp at bends. That basically gives us adjustment. We can spin them, we can pull them in and out, just to make sure they look absolutely perfect. Because like I said, if we put that on swager,
Got a big dirty crack.
Yeah.
Straight down.
Every single time, or at least 7 out of 10 times it splits tip. So we're not going to do that. Perfect bit. Here's one we made earlier. Some scrap. Right, I'll take this over to the welding bench, get that cleaned up with acetone, ready to weld. Let's give this a prep up then before we get to welding. So just a bit of acetone. Why acetone? Because it doesn't poison you, it doesn't leave any residue behind like brake cleaner does. And it's just, yeah, it's just good. It's just the best thing to clean your stainless with. You can do it with brake cleaner, but I mean, I don't know if this is true. It's supposed to leave a residue behind that can poison you when you're welding. It's a bit like galv. Sound. Right, you'll see, before you all start crying about me not purging it, I am going to tack it together first, then we're going to purge it, then we're going to weld it. Let me get my mask on. Get weldering rate set in. So I'm just going to tack it up to start with. So my fit ups are really nice, we don't need any filler. Just literally fuse it together lovely. Apologies in advance if I start singing when I'm welding. There we go then. Just nicely tacked together. Now we are going to purge this, so we're going to put a purge block in one end, I'm going to tape the other ends up, and we'll purge it. Yeah. Ooh. Charlie, behave. Apologies for my dog barking. He thinks it's playtime every second or every day. Sound. Alright, I've taped both ends off. We've got an inlet. That's where his purge pipe will go on. Now we do need to put 2 exit holes, one either side. That essentially lets the argon push the air out. So argon is heavier than oxygen and it will push all the oxygen out. That's what we're trying to do. Oxygen inside will give you a horrible oxidized layer. We're trying to get rid of that. We want a nice inert gas inside here so the weld will look as good on the inside as it does on the outside. That's the plan. I'll get my purge pipe. Oh, what were happening here last time it was used? Covered in tape. No idea. Right, purge pipe on. We'll turn that on to around 4 litres per minute. Yeah, about 4. And then unfortunately we have to wait now for a little bit. We'll have to wait for a couple of minutes, let that purge through, and then we can start welding. Here's Carl just making a mess look as per.
So you mean it does messy jobs?
Making a mess as usual. This is my escort ramp and all. It's my little project ramp. I had to move escort out at way. Look, I had to move escort onto a 4-poster. You up, man? You'll not be saying that soon. Not be saying that soon. It's a ripper. Old mess is mad. If you're wondering what old mess is, we're doing a turbo on this, and if you know, you know. You know that this is a 2014 onwards with that horrible style DPF. It's an horrible, horrible job. But someone's got to do it, and that someone's Carl, unfortunately. Anyway, let's weld this split up. Right, that's been a couple of minutes. Let's get going. Now you'll notice I'm not going to start all the way to the edge here because the tape on inside of this will start burning. So I'm going to start around here and we'll cut that bit off, the end bar. We're welding 45 amps, no pulse. I can already smell tape burning. Just pause there a minute. Let the gas do its job. Just wait for my post gas to finish. And we're off again. Slowly strike back up. Try and make it invisible. And we're off again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and pause. So that's my technique. I'll use on a straight piece like this. I'll do 20 dabs, pause, let the gas do its job, and then carry on. So one of my regular viewers commented saying that he'd like to see less of the music time lapses and maybe a bit more detail, a bit more talking, so I'm going to give it a whirl. I think commenter's name is AL Records or AL Records. So yeah, thank you for constructive criticism. Obviously I do listen to you guys, and obviously I will try and do a little bit more detail, a bit more talking in my videos rather than just constant time lapses. Yeah, it will. See how it goes. There we go. 20 dabs, pause, 20 dabs, pause, 20 dabs, pause, and we essentially just do that all the way around. Now I'm not going to bore you with me doing it all the way around. I'm probably going to stop this video here, or I'll speed it up, whichever. I'm going to run around that quickly, and yeah, then we'll move on to the next part. There we go then, that's that all welded up. We're going to trim that little bit off because I told you I didn't weld all the way to end. Look, you can see that there. We're going to trim that off a little bit. Doesn't need to be that long either way, but yeah, welded pretty nice. This camera never focuses very good, to be fair, on welds, but you can see it, it's nice. I'm going to get that cut off. Connor's going to weld these few bits on these tips. That's what I said to you. Look, we go over the pieces on the tailpipes, and then what we'll do is we'll slit this, put a clamp on it, That'll then clamp to the exhaust, gives us adjustability left to right, in and out, make sure we get everything absolutely perfect. There's Y split on there. Made this bit what connects to original exhaust. Don't worry about that. We will not be leaving that like that. That's just to hold the height rate, and it just keeps it from moving left to right. Just holds it in a nice sturdy position for us. Right, now that's in place, we can move back a little bit, move you guys to there. So I'm going to hold this tip up. It's too far in at the minute. I need to extend a bit off of there, which is fine. But I'm just going to hold it roughly in the middle there. Connor's going to measure this gap. Have a measure, see what we got.
10.5 on the dot.
10.5, right, let's just check the other side. Other side should be similar.
Uh, 9.5.
Surely not, we ain't got an inch difference, surely not. I mean, light's blinding me, I don't know if I'm holding this at right spot.
10 now, that.
10, so let me just make sure I roll in other tip right.
Realistically, it should be 10.25 each way.
Yeah, try that.
That's more now, that's 11.
What? It's right hard to hold it then, back there.
Back there.
Try there.
10.5 again.
10.5, right, so maybe. So if that were 10.5, that would mean that this is.
A little bit too far that way.
So what's that then? Is that like 10.25?
10.25, bang on.
Right, two 10.25 bits. So Connor's going to cut
No,
two
12.25 bits.
12.25, yeah. Connor's going to cut two 12.25 bits that come off of there. They'll be expanded, go over that. The reason we expand over it is it just gives us a little bit of adjustment left to right, up and down, makes for easier indexing. And I've also put them rubbers on the wrong way. I need to spin them around. That's a minor, I'll change that now. Right, I'll change them rubbers while Connor's cutting them. I've put these wrong way around by mistake. I meant to go that way. Easy, sorted. There we go then, got them extended. All them are welded up now. This is going to come together really quickly now. You shall see. That's going to drop on there. Already that's looking pretty sweet. It's up sweet looking like. Very respectable.
That's going to need a little bit.
I'm not sure if they should have been a bit further out, but we'll have a bit to come out on clamps. Maybe not actually. They look daft if you come too far out.
Looks great that to me, I reckon.
Tip's a bit wonky though, isn't it? Just loosen tips, it's going to make it difficult for me to tell. I don't know what I was just doing then, tip's well wonky. Yeah, there.
Thing on at that. Can now.
Right, that one's going to be pretty much spot on and all, so I reckon get this right side tacked on, and then we'll match left side to it. Done. Looking pretty good, eh? We'll get some angles on that now. Obviously, a minute clamp, so boz-eyed, like one's pointing this way and one's pointing inwards. Sort all that. One tip might be further out than the other tip at the minute, but again, we'll sort all that. That's why we put adjustment on them. Couple of angles on that. Final weld, and we're ready for Raz and Taz Dart Road, aren't we? Ready for a listen. If you've stuck around this far, thank you very much, I appreciate you. That is one back box delete done on a Mk7.5 GTI. Let's get it on floor. Let's have a listen, shall we? Let's have a listen then. Back it up a little bit. Right, we'll let it have a little warm up and then we'll get some revs. See what it sounds like. It's actually quite quiet to start with. So I won't lie, I'm expecting that to be a hell of a lot louder than what it is. That's actually still fairly quiet, but let's take it for a spin on road and see what it sounds like. Let's go and find out then what it's like to live with. I'm almost banking this is probably going to sound pretty good. Very little drone. Centre boxes on these are ginormous, so I was expecting it to be louder, I won't lie to you. I thought back box delete would have definitely been louder, but we shall see. It's like on road. Oof, a nice crack then, isn't it? That's a good start. That is a good start. That sounds nice. Tell you what, that sounds really nice. Sounds properly nice. Dare say it sounds better than like when you do a cat back.
Yeah.
Definitely not stock, I don't reckon. Get wind up. Right, so first impressions are exhaust sounds absolutely spot on. Like the levels, the crispness, just the tone of it, it sounds nice. Probably a pretty good option for you guys, this. And cheaper than a catback. Traffic's gonna be murder at this time of day.
Yeah.
What time is it? 10 to 4. Might have just missed it, we might be alright. A little bit boomy, hopefully it's not droning.
I don't think it'll be droning me. I don't think it's loud enough to be droning.
Nah, maybe not. Alright, let's get you some wallop. Oh, it's definitely not standard. Definitely not. Woohoo! She rips. That's 30 mile an hour gone. Rips this, don't know who tuned
Not
this.
standard.
Don't know who tuned this, but it's a rocket ship. 30 mile an hour gone in a blink. That's a rocket ship, that, isn't it, for what it is?
Actually, yeah.
Probably the fastest GTI I've had in.
I don't know, I think that red and what you bought were faster.
That Leon?
No, yeah, that Leon were faster than this, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think it was just noisier, it just sounded faster.
No, I meant that red GTI, what you had ages ago, remember what you bought off that Danny?
Which one?
What you bought off Danny Massey that time when...
Oh, that Mk7, yeah.
When we went and drive, I'm sure that was faster than this.
Yeah, that were pretty quick, that. I think they are fast, these GTIs, aren't they, to be fair? So it's like the Golf R engine, but we are alt weight at four-wheel drive, innit? M140 in front of us. If he wants to tickle, get smoked. Go on, go back up by us.
No, he's not, he's left leaning.
Bastard. Great shame.
It's coming alive there and all up.
Absolutely rips, this does. Rips. Running out of road. Yeah, very impressive car this. It absolutely shifts. I don't know what they've done to it. I don't know if it's just stage 1, stage 2. All exhaust looks standard, so I'm guessing it can't be much more than a stage 1, but absolutely flies for what it is. Very nippy little car. Really hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Like I say, I think it's Al Records or AL Records. One of our followers I think he's a day oneer, to be fair. Always comment on all the stuff. Yeah, he basically asked me to switch things up a little bit on videos, try not to put as much music in there. So I am gonna, when I edit this video, I am gonna try and limit the music montages and stuff, and just have a little bit more talking, a little bit more detail. Hopefully you've liked it, that sort of style. We'll see. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Follow me on Instagram. Drop my handle up here. Don't remember we put like all sorts of stuff on Instagram that doesn't make it to YouTube. So yeah, give us a follow on there, and yeah, give us a subscribe on YouTube if you feel like you like what you see. Catch you in the next video, guys.